Do you live your life by design or by default? Give that some quick thought. I'll be back with you in a second to share my take on which one of those is going to be the most powerful for helping you achieve big results inside of your business. Back in a second. Okay, so what's your answer? Are you living your life in your business by design, or are you living your life by default? Today I want to talk to you about what I call the game changers grid. Now here's my thought on the concept of the grid. I believe that everyone has a grid. The purpose of a grid, as you can imagine, is to give structure and focus and prioritization to everything you do inside of your business. And so the reality is everyone has a grid. Now, your grid is either happening by design or your grid is happening by default. But nonetheless, you have a grid. And so what I've done inside of my business, which I want to share with you in this training, is I've created what I call the Game Changers Grid as a tool to empower you to live your life by design. Now, the Game Changers Grid can be referred to as a framework, right? And the power of a framework is similar to what I shared with regard to my thoughts on the power of the grid, which is a framework is going to give your mind a structure around how you approach building your business on a day in and day out basis. And so it's really, really important that you have a framework, because that framework is going to, it's really going to help you create consistent action inside of your business day in and day out. And what we all know is that consistent action is what leads to consistent results, and consistent results are what ultimately lead to big breakthroughs inside of your business. And so what I've done is I've created this Game Changers Grid. Okay, so I want to walk you through this grid step by step, and I want to encourage you to take notes and start thinking about what your grid could look like inside of your business, right? What can you do to start living more by design and less by default? Okay, so let's start with the Game Changers Grid. Now, we're using the word grid as an acronym here. Okay, so the G in grid stands for goals. Now, I'm not going to do a deep dive training with you in this video on why goals are important. I'm not going to get into goal theory. I'm just going to give you the benefit of the doubt that you understand why having goals in your business is very, very important and valuable. Okay, so my encouragement to you is to create a goal plan for your business so that you can start living by design in the area of the goals you have for yourself in your business. Okay, now let me give you a couple goals I want to encourage you to have on your goal plan. Okay, the first goal I want to encourage you to have is to build your business off of a framework. Okay, I really want to encourage you to get focused on what does your framework, what does your grid look like on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, on a monthly basis, on a quarterly basis. Okay, what does that look like in your business? Okay, how do you approach your day, right? From a standpoint of getting work done. How do you do that? I want to encourage you to make it a goal to answer that question for yourself inside of your business. I also want to encourage you to align with a mentor. Make it a goal to align with a mentor who has proven experience and expertise in how to build an online business. Okay, that's one of those goals that when you achieve that goal, you can create big leverage points in everything you're doing already inside of your business. And then the third goal I want to encourage you to really consider is, what's the business model that you're operating under? What's the business model? Okay, it's important you get crystal clear on the business model that you're operating inside of your business. Now, I've got my own opinions on what the most effective business model is to use in building an online business. I'm using that business model now to scale my business to 7 figures. We actually just recently had a $250,000 month. We generated $137,000, in fact, in just 72 hours using this business model. So if you're watching this video and you're thinking to yourself, I really don't have a business model that I'm really 100% bought into, or maybe you're not 100% clear on what the different business models are that you can choose from. If that's you, then I'll put a link somewhere around this video. You can click on that link, you can get on one of our training workshops, and you can get some more insight into the business model that we use. So I'll go ahead and do that for you. Okay, so that is the G inside of the Game Changers grid. You gotta be operating off of a goal plan, because if you don't, what we know is that the people who don't have goals in the world are the people who work for those that do have goals in the world, right? So you definitely want to have goals. Okay, so that's the G. Let's move to the R in the Game Changers grid. The R stands for routines. Okay, very, very important for you to have a defined set of routines in your business that are going to help you focus and help you be super productive during your day. Okay, I've got an array of routines. Some that I do every day, some that I only do once a week, some that I only do once a month, some that I only do once a quarter, some that I only do once a year. Okay, so I'm not going to take you into a deep dive on all of the routines that are out there, but I do want to encourage you to give some critical thought to the routines that you're going to use in your business, because the other really big benefit of having routines in your business is that routines help you conserve energy. Right? Anytime you have to stop and think critically about anything, what's happening is you are using up your limited supply of willpower. Okay, so when you wake up in the morning, we all have a max supply of willpower. And as we go through our day and as we critically think and exercise our brains, our willpower shrinks. Okay, so the power of routines is to help you conserve that very precious, valuable resource in your business, which is your willpower. Okay, so one routine I believe everyone has to have is a morning routine. You got to have a morning routine. It's a non-negotiable. All right, let me give you some elements of my morning routine to help you create a morning routine that's really going to work for you. Number one, I believe you got to have exercise somewhere in your morning routine. I believe you have to have a goal to drink a certain amount of water in the morning. Okay, personally, my routine is to drink 40 ounces of water right when I wake up, within a 5 to 10 minute time frame, just to get the system cranked up, right, with water. I believe meditation is a powerful element to have in your morning routine. There's an app that I use on the iPhone that I love for meditation. There's a lot of apps out there. The one I use is called One Giant Mind, and I love it. It's been really effective for me in doing meditation. I'd also encourage you to include prayer in your morning routine. Personally, I like to go on prayer walks every morning just to clear my mind, to think about my day, to tap into the power of the unseen world that I believe is my biggest advantage in business. So I'd encourage you to do that. And then you gotta have a good breakfast, right? You gotta have a good breakfast in your morning routine. And then one thing I recently added to my morning routine after studying some of what Tony Robbins does in his morning routine is a cold shower. Okay, Tony Robbins was sharing in an article I was reading that when you take a cold shower, you literally change the state of every living cell in your body. Okay, so that's something I'm experimenting with. It's been super valuable. I've been really happy with it since I started doing it. Bottom line though, you gotta have a morning routine. Okay, something that can get you out of bed in the morning and jumpstart your day and really get you into peak levels of productivity. Okay, so that's the R is routines. Let's talk about the I. The I is your inner game. Okay, here's what I teach all my clients. The only thing standing between you and everything you want to achieve in your life is your inner game. It's your inner game, okay? That space between your ears. That's the foundation of high performance for every top achieving entrepreneur out there. Okay, so you gotta have a plan, a very focused plan. Just like you have a goal plan, I believe you have to have an inner game plan. And part of your morning routine, speaking of inner game, could be reading, which I highly encourage to make sure reading is involved there. Okay, so when it comes to your inner game, here's some things that you can do. Number one, I want to encourage you to pick up the book, The Complete Game of Life and How to Play It. Okay, just go out to Amazon, do a search for The Complete Game of Life and How to Play It. There's a rainbow colored book. There's a couple of them. The one that I suggest is the one that's got the rainbow colored look to it, and that'd be a great book to use as the anchor for helping you develop a strong, unshakable inner game. And then I'll also encourage you to join us here inside the Extraordinary Society on our How to Be Awesome Mastery sessions. We do those every Monday morning. We also like to do them on Wednesday and Friday mornings as well, but 100% we're always doing them on Monday mornings. There'll be a link around this video somewhere where you can check one of those out if you haven't, or you can go over to our Facebook page, facebook.com/Extraordinary Society, get some more information on those How to Be Awesome Mastery sessions that are really going to help you dial in your inner game. Okay, so that's the I in Game Changers Grid. And then the D in Game Changers Grid is your DNA. Right? So all of us have been uniquely designed. There's not another person on the planet who is exactly like you or like me. And with that unique design comes a unique set of skills, a unique set of strengths, and it's really, really important that you get crystal clear, that you get locked in, dialed in to what your unique DNA is. Because that, my friend, is what's going to allow you to show up in the world in your greatest place of power. And when you show up in the world in your greatest place of power, you are going to attract abundance and prosperity into your life because people are going to be attracted to you. What we know is that people will always buy the messenger before the message. Okay, so when you show up in the world at your peak level of power, you're going to be super attractive to a lot of people. Okay, you're going to be able to reach your peak potential when you do that, and it's the most exciting, fulfilling way to live your life. Now, the other side of that coin is it can be scary for a lot of people because, as you can imagine, with there being nobody else like you in the world, that means you're going to have to go out, you're going to have to step out of the pack, you're going to have to stop conforming to what you believe the world wants you to be and to what other people maybe are pressuring you to be, and you've just got to have the courage to be yourself and to step into your full place of power. Okay, so let me give you a couple resources to help get the wheels turning for you on how to do this. These are resources that I go back to on a yearly basis when I'm refreshing, my memory, my mindset on my place of power. Let me give you two resources. The first is StrengthsFinder 2.0. You can go out to Amazon, do a search for StrengthsFinder 2.0, go through that book, use the questions that they give you to help really dial in your strengths so that you can get clear on what those are, so that you can articulate them to the world, to your prospects, to people that are wanting to know more about you as a messenger. Okay, so that's number one. Number two, I want to encourage you to take what's called the Fascinate Advantage assessment. Okay, it's an assessment that was created by a woman named Sally Hogshead. Very, very smart woman. You can just do a Google search for Fascinate Advantage. Check that out. You're gonna love that assessment. I believe it's like $20 to take. It's worth every dollar. Go take that assessment. I promise you're gonna love it. It's really gonna get your mind spinning on what your unique power centers are inside of this DNA component of your Game Changers Grid. Okay, so that's the D, DNA. Okay, so Game Changers Grid. The first thing you gotta believe is that you're a game changer. And I just wanna tell you, my friend, if you've been wrestling with that at all, I want you to understand you are 100% absolutely a game changer. 100% a game changer, okay? You gotta believe that you're a game changer, and then you gotta start living your life by design. Everything you do, any opportunity you have to design a routine, to design a goal, to design a method of operation into your day, your week, your month, your quarter, your year, what that does, as we talked about, is it helps you conserve precious energy and willpower that you can point like a laser at the projects you're working on to create big results in your life, okay? So my encouragement to you on this training is to focus, get committed on living your life by design. And I'd encourage you to just swipe the Game Changers Grid. Just take this framework that I've given you, start using it, right? Start using it, and then adjust it, massage it, make it your own as you find out what's really resonating with you and what's empowering you to show up big in the world. But whatever you do, you've got to live your life by design, and I encourage you to create a framework in your life like the Game Changers Grid for you to do that. Now, the last thing I'll say is this: hey, if this training got you excited, if it got your wheels turning, if you'd like to take a look at an opportunity to align with an extraordinary group of pathfinders who have jumped into the gap of life with one another, who have locked arms with one another, to live our adventures, to write our stories, and to rescue our dreams by staying in alignment with the Game Changers Grid, then I want to encourage you to click on the link wherever it is around this video. Check out one of our free trainings, check out one of our workshops, get to know us, and see if jumping into the gap of life with us is something that you feel called and compelled to do. We are really focused here inside the Extraordinary Society and working with people to help them break free. And we believe one of the best ways to break free from the matrix, so to speak, to really go out into the world and live your full potential, is to create your own personal online economy. And so that's what we're passionate about teaching. It's our expertise, it's our skill. And so right now, as you're watching this, we're teaching hundreds and hundreds of people how to build their own online business so that they can create their own personal online economy and ultimately live what we call the laptop lifestyle, which affords you the ability to live life on your terms. Okay, so if that gets you excited, click on that link wherever it is around this video. And hey, I look forward to seeing you on one of our How to Be Awesome Mastery sessions, which we do every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday morning. So check us out at facebook.com/Extraordinary Society, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.